All right, final event we're going to cover from the weekend is the day after, on Sunday, Trump did another rally in Florida, Miami, Florida, for Marco Rubio. He did not rally for Ron DeSantis. Ron DeSantis was not invited, although Trump did say reelect Ron DeSantis after people were mad that he called them Ron DeSanctimonious. The energy was particularly scary at this one. Now, often at the rallies, Trump is sweating and dripping, but this one actually had pouring rain. We'll get to that in a moment. Scary energy, and Trump starting with Nancy Pelosi, whose husband recently needed skull surgery because of a lunatic right-wing attacker who bashed his head in with a skull. Listen to what Trump says.
Right. This was just a cabal. This was just a group of people where crazy Nancy Pelosi, by the way, how's she doing lately? How's she doing? Where crazy Nancy Pelosi has the votes.
How is she doing? She's probably extremely traumatized from what one of Trump's followers did to her husband. And then even more disgusting, they start chanting, lock her up, about Nancy Pelosi. She hasn't been charged, or she's not even being investigated for a crime.
First, up and down the ballot, Republican, and we're going to end crazy Nancy Pelosi's political career once and for all. Once and for all. Under Biden, Pelosi, Schumer, and the radical Democrat Congress, Florida workers and families are under siege.
Lock her up, right? I mean, they're for due process and law and order, and lock up a woman who's not even being investigated for any crime. Truly, truly dangerous. Trump then did his racist dog whistle about Mitch McConnell's wife, Elaine Chao.
In history, you got to get Mitch McConnell to be a lot tougher. Mitch McConnell. You can have Mitch McConnell and his wife, Coco Chao. You can have them both.
Coco Chao is Trump's latest sort of xenophobic dog whistle about Elaine Chao. Horrifying stuff. And the crowd just, totally, they're completely unfazed by it. Trump did, as I mentioned, get enough backlash about saying Ron DeSanctimonious about Ron DeSantis on Saturday night. So by yesterday afternoon, he did the absolute bare minimum and was like, yeah, reelect Ron DeSantis governor.
And you're going to reelect Ron DeSantis as your governor of your state?
He did it. He held his nose, but he did it. And then we'll talk about this in a different context. But Donald Trump also talking about how much suffering there has been for his own children. Imagine that. They are the real victims here.
And a man who I just happened to catch about half of his speech, I got in, and I said, who's ripping it up there? And it was a person named Don Trump Jr. And he's great. And he's great. You know, I have to tell this one story because he's sitting here, so I can tell. He's probably heard me tell it a couple of times, not much. But to show you how evil these people are. So Don went to great school. He went to the Wharton School of Finance, all this stuff, good student. He was great. He was no problem whatsoever. He's just a good young guy. And I decided to go into politics. I said, you know, life is too good. Everything's perfect. Let's screw up your life a little bit, okay? And so I take my family along with me, and they've really suffered when you think of it, but they don't have any second questions or doubts.
Yep. They've really suffered. His family really made the sacrifice. Donald Trump does tease that he might announce his candidacy for president tonight, which we'll talk about later.
I will probably have to do it again, but stay tuned.
It's quite a cult here, as you can imagine. And then he drops this about Ohio tonight.
That's pretty good. Thank you. Stay tuned to tomorrow night in the great state of Ohio.
Yeah. So there's a report that Trump's going to announce next Monday. We'll talk about that in a moment. And then lastly, it quite literally started pouring during the rally, and Donald Trump made a big deal out of the fact that he was heroically staying out there to speak to his followers.
To rival our own. And just 2 years ago, we had Iran, China, Russia, and North Korea in check. And they weren't going to do a thing against us. Not a thing.
Yeah. Anyway, it was pouring and Trump was soaked, and they all made a big deal out of how heroic it was to stay out there. These rallies are extremely dangerous. The people are weaponized. Today, we will have competing rallies, Barack Obama and Trump. Trump's in Ohio. I forget where Obama is. We will have them live later, okay? We're going to take a quick break. If you watch us on YouTube and you're not yet subscribed, make sure to subscribe to the podcast, and we'll be back right after this. Plastic is everywhere we look, and not enough is being done about it. 100 billion plastic bags are used and thrown away every year, but you can help make a change. Our sponsor, Hold On, makes trash and kitchen bags that are heavy-duty, plant-based, non-toxic, and 100% home compostable, which means they break down in weeks rather than decades. They don't fill up our landfills. They don't pollute our oceans. Their Zip Seal kitchen bags come in sandwich or gallon bag sizes to fit your needs. And the best part about Hold On bags is they work. I use them at home. They're just as good as all of the name brand bags. You fill them up, they stretch, and they don't break. Everybody uses trash bags and freezer bags. If you care about the planet, you can do something by using Hold On bags instead, and it's a really easy way to do your part. Go shop plant-based bags to replace single-use plastics all over your home. You'll save 20% when you go to holdonbags.com/Pacman and use the code Pacman. The link is down below.